Let's check out 30 more free plugins, just because you guys liked the last video so much. Kind of want to feed the algorithm a bit here. So the title is 30 free synth plugins, but I'm also considering instruments, samplers, anything that sounds good really and that can enhance your production. So let's jump into it. Now, number one, and I want to get it out of the way, that's why it's first, it's Faito. I know so many of you guys mentioned it, and I don't know how I didn't know about it. It's a very popular synth. I gotta say, it is pretty much like Serum. If you don't own Serum and you're thinking about it, give Faito a chance. It's so versatile. I don't want to pitch it to you because it's one of the most popular plugins. So my only con here would be the interface. I'm not a big fan of it. Don't hate me for it. I think it's a bit cluttered. However, I think that's just personal preference. That's God tier. Starting off strong. Next one is Arminator II, and it is once again mentioned by someone in my comments. I would say that this is pretty intimidating as far as UI goes. It's very colorful, it's very weird. Yeah, I just had to play through the presets. Let me show you some. So buttery smooth. Ooh, creepy. But it's a pretty versatile plugin, and if you put in the time, it's probably worth it. I don't know, it's fucking Arminator 2. I think that's a solid B tier. Moving on, we have Cardinal. This looks like VCV rack, and once again, it was recommended by someone in the comments, and you can actually rent it as a VST this time, so no excuses for me to rank it F tier. Maybe I'm being really smooth-brained about this, but I couldn't get any audio out of it, so I tried the presets. I select one, then I click OK, I get an error, and then I pick another one. Let's do bass growl. Still nothing. I just can't get sound out of it. So modular synthesis, not good. So Cobalt, it's alright. It's a digital synth. There's nothing really that impressed me. I went through almost all the presets and they just sound like digital 80s synths, but not in a good way. I just feel like there's better synths out there. C tier for me. Only if you're a synth nerd. Cryo. There's only one good way of describing this plugin, and it's cracked. It feels like this plugin could mug you at any second. It's unhinged. You know what though? There's some really cool sounds here. I didn't expect to like them, but yeah, that's going in the A tier, baby. Next up, we got Crystal. Have you ever wanted a synth that kind of looks like an Excel spreadsheet? Well, look no further, because this bad boy is exactly that. But I'm feeling nice. Let's give it a C. Decent sampler. This one was also recommended to me by someone in the comments, and I didn't know about this. So basically you just get the sampler and then you have, I think, 22 free sounds here that you can use, and all of them were pretty good. And I really like this electric bell toy piano. Decent sampler. I'll put it in the S tier. We have Esfera. This one, other than the UI, which I'm not going to comment on because I'm just going to be a hater, it just sounds like more of an atmosphere generator rather than a synth. Let me show you what I mean. Yeah, so most of the presets are like that. I'm just going to go D tier. You can live without this one. Exakt Lite. This one is pretty easy. It's just very nicely laid out. Dip your toes into FM synthesis without the headache of Dext. A tier. Next up, we have Gnat. Honestly, I just got this synth just to dunk on the UI, but you know what? Ignore the ugly red. Some of these sounds are great. Yeah, Gnat surprised me. B tier. Now, next up, we have Locomotive. The UI looks nice and sleek, but you know what? The sounds, they don't spark any joy. Locomotive, only if you're a synth nerd. Next up, we have a LowBitMonoSyn. I really wanted to like this one because it has like neutral knobs and I don't know, it gave me the vibe. I just couldn't get it to sound nice. I don't know, if this is the type of thing you're looking for, then yeah, but it wasn't for me. Let's go into the D tier. Next up, we have Monique. Nothing special here, pretty standard synth. Some of the sounds that you can find here are pretty aggressive, but other than that, Monique, C tier. Ooh. Again, moment of truth. I also got this one just to dunk on it. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I wanted to give this one an F because it looks hideous, but it has some personality to it. You have a donk bass. You have like these cheesy keys. More cheesy keys. A nice Rhodes. The sounds do start to blend together, so they're not very distinct. My god, is the UI ugly. I don't know. I feel that they're a bit better than these boys here. So, okay, next up we have SuperWave P8, and this one just sucks. The font is ugly, the UI is terrible, and also the sounds kind of sound cheap. Yeah, no, this is going in D tier. Right, then we have 1984. Honestly, I thought the name was cool, that's why I got it, but it's a pretty boring synth. Nah, 1984, the synth, D tier. Next up, we have Saxophia, which was recommended by one of the commenters on my last video. So let's put it to the test. There's only one thing that matters here, and that's, does it play Careless Whisper? It's decent. Saxophone is such a difficult instrument to get as a synth or a sampler, let alone for free. B tier. Now we have the Freequel Bundle. So first things first, we have Vert Varior, and immediately the first thing I notice is it's Geometry Dash. So how can it not be cool? It's alright. It's not amazing. And the next one is the second one, the Sync Varior, is more smooth, and the first one is more digital and glitchy. If you're a synth nerd, bonus points for the UI. It's really cool. Next up, we have Surge. And this is, again, something that people were very confused how I didn't know about it. I gotta say, it's great. The UI is amazing. It's so versatile. You can do pretty much anything with this synth. Yeah. I would maybe put Vital slightly above Surge, but I think it's personal preference. S tier. Now we have Surrealistic MG1+. Now this, I expected to not like that much, but it has a beautiful analog warmth to it. It's a specific emulation. You probably can't fit it into each track. Let me show you some sounds. Yeah, that's going in the A tier. Okay, Syntsphere. Now this plugin, the whole point is you rotate around the sphere and you get different sounds. It's the same sound manipulated in different ways. Let me show you how it works. So let's play a chord. And then let's say I wanted to be more dark. Or a swell. Or a flute swell. And you can blend the sounds together. My issue with this is the sounds are a bit too similar. Sometimes I can't even hear the difference. It does get points for creativity though. If I were you, I'd get it and just play around with it. Syntsphere, it's not a bad plugin. It's B tier. All right, let's move on. SynthMaster Player. This one has a lot of sounds. It has around 600 sounds. Most of them are good. If you don't have Omnisphere, and even if you do, just get this and go through the sounds. There's some really cool sounds. Like this, for example, sounded like Take My Breath from The Weeknd. Yeah, no, it's kick-ass. I recommend it. This is SynthMaster, A tier. You know what? SynthMaster, S tier. Okay, we have Syntler, and let me show you why this is gonna get some bonus points here. Has an intro. The synth itself is a bit gimmicky. You get to control it with this. It is marketed as a groove and arpeggio and effects synth, so I don't know what I expected, but the gimmick is nice. But would I use it? D tier. T-Force Alpha. Now, honestly, this synth is so mid, I don't even want to talk about it. It looks mid, it sounds mid, Let me show you a few sounds and we're moving on. I just like the FM bass. It's C tier. I can't give it more or less. It's just so mid. Now next up we have Voltage Modular Nucleus. I hate modular synthesis. It's just, it doesn't sound that nice and it's so convoluted with the cables and everything, man. I don't know. This one sounds good though. Yeah, it sounds nice. And it's pretty extensive for anyone that wants to learn modular synthesis. So Nucleus is gonna go in the B tier, probably in the A tier. No, Nucleus is A tier. Next up, we have Voyager. If the synth from earlier, Crystal, is an Excel sheet that someone actually formatted, had some nice conditional formatting, whatever, then Voyager is the default open workbook of Excel. It's so gray, white, and black. That's it. But yeah, there's no presets, so you have to make your own. And I don't want to explore a synth that looks like this. Voyager, kind of want to put it in the F tier. Yep, that's an F tier plugin. Now the next one is PJ8X. And this one, I was pretty mean about it last video, and it was because I installed a dodgy bank for it. And that's why the presets wouldn't load and everything sounded the same. And I was like, why? I had a bit of a play with it. It's mid. PJ8X is a C tier plugin. TX16W, which was a sampler, it looked good, but I couldn't open it. It just wouldn't work. So that one's going in F tier. The last two plugins are Kontakt banks. First one is Diamond Jazz Trio Freebie. So here we have 4 sounds, 2 alto sax presets, a double bass, and a piano. The double bass, they're alright, and then the piano, which I actually quite enjoy. You can get a really nice dark piano tone from this, so I recommend that. I'll add the Diamond Trio in like a low B tier, but the piano is really nice. And finally we have Project Sam. It's on the level of BBC Orchestra by Spitfire. You can control velocity tweaks, you can also have some performance parameters here. You can play around and make your performance more dynamic. Really good. I have nothing more to say. This is an S tier. And this is gonna wrap it up. Let me know if you have any more plugin suggestions. I will review them, I promise. Give this video a like, thumbs up, all that jazz, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.